and it's the most intimate and incredible thing. And I see why it's hidden, because it's so valuable.
It's beautiful to be able to come into this realization. I understand you've been threading a long path, lots of squeezing, lots of like ups and downs and disappointments and loneliness and everything. It's a price to pay, such, isn't it?
Yes, but you can't. I mean, I think some of us can't not do it. I think anybody who's here, who's on a call like this, you're there because there's a yearning. And it's been a long journey to realize that that's not even, I feel like it's me reaching. I feel like it's, I just cannot stop reaching. And yet it's him reaching for me. There's so much hope and grace and beauty in that if you have a yearning for him, it's his yearning for you. And it's truth that is trying to open inside of you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I've heard stories too about people. Sometimes they come because of something silly. Somebody invited them for dinner or something, and yet it's not silly. It's very specific. And some, it's because they're so unhappy and they're hurting so much, and something in them needs an answer. That is equally and sometimes more so a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's love from him to be made so thirsty somehow.
Beautiful, just to have that realization. Well, most of us don't realize. Okay, we welcome Teh Yen, Alicia, Jasmine, Tehlin, ya. Alhamdulillah, kita bisa mulai. We can start this with Basmallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Welcome everyone in our fourth meeting. This is our fourth session, the fourth session of Qur'an study group. We are still in Surah Al-Fatiha. Today, we will go deeper into the meaning of Basmallah, the very first of Al-Fatiha. Now, before we go any further, let's take a look at the whole surah of Al-Fatiha. Let's read together. I'll share with you here the Arabic and the translation of Al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How about this? Ashley, you read the translation. I read the Arabic.
Okay.
Okay, so verse by verse. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
With the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most rewarding.
Now, interesting. They translate Ar-Rahim as rewarding.
I've not seen this before.
Yes. That's what I thought. Rewarding. I'm gonna dig into that Ar-Rahim. But Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Praise and thanks to Allah, the Master of the universe.
Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim.
The most merciful and the most rewarding.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
And the owner, or the king of the day of religion, of the deen, the day of consequences.
And you know, Malik is king, eh? So the owner is a bit, yeah. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
Only you we worship and serve, and only you we ask for help.
Sorry, Tehlin, you said you cannot hear us? You cannot hear me. But can you hear me, Ashley? Yeah, but okay. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم
And guide us to the straight path, the Sirat al-Mustaqim.
صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
The path of the ones who are you have blessed, not the people of anger, and not the ones that are completely lost.
Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Alhamdulillah. So, dear friends, this is the openings of the Quran, the 7th verse that the theme is keep repeating in the Quran. And among this 7th verse, the only thing we ask, like literally, is Ihdina Shirat al-Mustaqim. Guide us to the Shirat al-Mustaqim. We will come into that. It will be a long session before that. But today, let's see that the 7th verse is actually a journey. Before we even able to ask Ihdina Shirat al-Mustaqim, the opening of all of that is exactly at the verse of Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the beginning of everything. Now, there are some hadith that support this, how the importance of Basmallah. One of them said, if you do anything like washing the dishes, studying, working without the beginning of, without saying Bismillah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, then that whatever you do will go in vain. There's no barakah in it, something like that. Now, I want to share you something that, let me see if you can go. This is going to be your turn, Ashley. Now, if we see Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, there are a name of Allah involved here, which is Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Within the word, the kalimah Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, it means that everything comes from Allah. If we see even one thing that comes from other than Allah, in other words, we are not saying the word Bismillah correctly. So the word Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, it means that not only we say it before we do anything or everything, but also with the realization that everything, all things originate from Allah and will return to Allah. Yeah, to complete this, well, let's take a look at what Imam Ali radiallahu anh say about this. Now, Ashley will read this part for us.
My son, understand my will. Know that the owner of death is the owner of life, that the creator is the one who causes death, that the destroyer is also the restorer to life, and that the one who afflicts is also the one who grants soundness. Know that this world is only established in accordance with what Allah has ordained for it, of blessings and trials and recompense on the day of resurrection, or whatever He wills which you do not know of. If any of that is confusing for you, then attribute that to your ignorance of it. For at first you were created ignorant, and then you acquired knowledge. How often it is that you are ignorant of a matter which perplexes you, and your perception of it is erroneous. And then after that you perceive it. And so thus resort to the one who created you and provided for you and proportioned you. Let your worship be for Him, your request be to Him, and your fear be of Him. And
beautiful, thank you. So the owner, the creator, the one who causes everything, it causes you to get a job and who causes you to lose that job, who causes you to get married with someone, who causes you to get divorced from someone. All the life, the turning tides, it's come from Allah. He's the one who destroys and also the one who restores. And we humans are forgetful. By the name of it, insan is forgetfulness. So it's important. This is the importance of dhikr. That's why salat is, we have to do it on a certain kind of times, because it's as a reminder of this continual reminder that we forget sometimes. We forget that this is from Allah. This view of seeing the world come from Allah and will go back to Allah, this is such deliberating for us. This is such like it's freed from us from any expectations, from any burdens that we so often take it by ourselves. It is my fault. Oh, this is my responsibility. This is this and that, and we are not capable of doing that, and that's created so much stress, even depressed in life. So in the world, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in that word itself, it frees us. It's supposed to be Bismillahir Rahman, in the name of Allah. We do everything in the name of Allah. B is not only that we say, B is like the merge with Allah. I'm with you. This is because Allah doing it. And so it frees us from any expectations, actually. That's the definition of ikhlas, which is sincerity. We do everything just in the name of Allah. It doesn't matter. I do this. It doesn't matter if my boss see me or not. It doesn't matter if my parents or my colleagues see it. All right. It's just I'm doing this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Everything comes from Allah. My power, my ability comes from Allah, and I just do it for him. That's the inner meaning of Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, Al-Quran, at the verse of it, it says something similar to it. In this verse, it said that this say all things from Allah. In the verse that wherever you may be, death will overtake you. Even you should be in the towers of lofty construction. This verse is so related when we have COVID. Is everybody afraid to die? Oh, maybe if I took this vaccine, I'll be safe. It's whatever it is. Even if your time comes, it will take. Death will overtake you anyway. So it says about the people that if good comes to them, they say, this is from Allah. If they lead a happy life, oh, this is, yes, alhamdulillah, it's from Allah. But if bad things befalls them, they will say, well, this is from him. This is from, they find a scapegoat somehow. They blame themselves, probably. But Allah said, say, all things are from Allah. This is the invitation, yeah, to contemplate more on the meaning of Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And if we see, I shared to you this many hadith, the importance of Bismillah. It says, if a servant recites the phrase Bismillah, surely Satan will be destroyed. But what's the meaning of it? Of course, with such knowledge, like Bismillah Rahman, all the bad deeds, the shaitan, the hawa nafs should be destroyed. If we say Bismillah Rahman Rahim with such knowledge and with such understanding. In other time, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, every important thing that does not start with Bismillah Rahman Rahim, the practice is cut off from the barakah. Many of them. So even it's beautifully said that when the verse Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim was revealed, there's a cloud ran to the east, and the wind did not move, but the sea was undulating, and the animals listened attentively to what was happening. Such profound and miracle things. This is the verse, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, the beginning of Al-Fatiha. And the demons were stoned or thrown with fire arrows from the sky. And Allah Ta'ala, He swore by His glory and greatness that by mentioning His name on something, by Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Allah would bestow blessing, the barakah. That's why Prophet Muhammad teach us so many dua, prayer. If you wear a shirt, that is another verse of Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Before you eat, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Before you open your laptop, before you start your car, before you drive, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So that's the way to reap barakah, yeah, from Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, let me welcome, yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. Again, we, the human being, is called insan in the Quran. That very term, is linguistically has the same meaning with to forget. Insan is to forget. So our basic tendency is to forget. Allah Ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam from the element of earth. And from that, He breathed His ruh into the man. And offering him the trust of names, Asma'ul Kullaha, that's what He said in the Quran. Allah then assembled all the angels and commanded them to prostrate before Adam. We are the descendant of Adam. So Allah commanded the angel to prostrate before man, but which human? And that there was Iblis, who was a jinn, a fiery creature, also in attendance. He refused to do that. He said in the Quran, "Oh Allah, you made me out of fire, and you made Adam out of clay." He said, and he think he's better than Adam. So the illusion of self-superiority is actually prompted the first act of disobedience towards Allah. And so we know that Allah punished Iblis, changing his name to Shaitan, and expelled him from the divine presence. And then the Shaitan requests Allah the ability to enter into the hearts and minds of human beings, to whisper all the selfish thoughts. And yes, he was giving the power to this creature called humans. But he said, you will not be able to do any harm, say Allah, to a person who will follow my orders, who is mukhlasun, who is sincere. So you see, what is it related to Bismillahirrahmanirrahim? The Quranic account continues the creation of Hawa and Adam, yeah, as both a beloved companion, and the couple live happily in paradise for a while. Here's the thing: they were given one restriction, only one restriction, to refrain from eating from the forbidden tree, the fruit of a forbidden tree, the fruit of Tawbah. And Shaitan, and now already avowed enemy of man, he disguised himself, and through a series of deception, they convinced the heavenly couple to eat this forbidden fruit. Interesting enough that the Quran described this action not as willful disobedience, but as an act of forgetting. This is unintended forgetfulness. And this exactly what caused them fall from paradise. This is forgetful. So this is the importance of what keep ourselves saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim over and over again. So Allah granted them forgiveness, yet told them that they and their descendant must toil on the earth yeah, before we return to him. And those who return with a pure heart would find Allah's pleasure. And those who did not would follow Shaitan in his exile. And then Allah promised us to send reminders. That's the meaning of dhikr. That's why he sent all the prophets, he sent all the messengers, he sent all the Rasul, he sent all the book, the Qur'an, the scriptures, as a constant reminder of humankind to the path of goodness in this life and the next. So when we talk about the topic of Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, I think it's also important to remind us the state of forgetfulness. And that we strive to remember, to listen to that, actually the constant message that God provides for us every single second, every single moment, to polish our heart and so our minds become clear. Is a constant remembrance, even we, the forgetful human being, so we become receptive to Allah's guidance, because that's exactly the thing that we ask. Ihdina shirat al-mustaqim. Ihdina is, and from Huda is the guidance that helps us remember our heavenly origin and our goal in this life. So before we have our discussion, we also already know that in this life, there's a mixture of flower and thorn, the sadness and happiness, the hardships and ease, the sweetness and bitterness. But it is in harmony and lovely, and every particle and part of it is actually it's already in proper place somehow. All we need to learn is to ask Allah, oh Allah, how to respond appropriately with your blessings to everything I received. And that prayer, and that is the learning of Bismillah, how to respond appropriately. And we forgot to even ask Allah to guide us to respond to every single part of our life. We're so into spontaneity, like a responsive action, and we forgot to involve Allah, Bismillah, to call on him. And that's how we will journey to far away and unexpected places, because the life is amazing. Yeah. So I always imagine is that like hobbits in Lord of the Rings, Frodo Baggins, who wanders and then going through all the adventures and then going home, becoming a different person, while all the people in his village are still fighting over worldly stuff. So we don't have much time, really, in this world. Death is a constant reminder of everything. So I think from the word Bismillah, it reminds us to keep asking Allah how to respond appropriately with your blessing. I want to come with you. I want to hold your hands to get through all of this. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah. So that's for me. Ashley, maybe you want to add something of it? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What have you learned?
Yeah, there's a journey that that I have begin to learn about with this journey from the Rahman to the Rahim. And as we were sitting here today, I was thinking about the Rahman reminds me of Ayat al-Kursi, the verse of the throne, that he never sleeps, he never tires. You know, if Allah looked away for 1 second, if he put one thing down around here for 1 second, it would all,
yeah.
and yet Like his love is so unending that he is continually tending you. You know, sometimes I think we go through things and we think, oh, he doesn't see me. He doesn't
Mm,
hear me. He doesn't know what's going on. If he left
mm,
anything, he knows everything, the smallest thing that is going on here.
right.
So much so that if he took his gaze away, it would collapse.
Absolutely.
And so to begin from there, and then to move to a place of, I think Murshid Zamzam says that there is a grace given at the beginning, and yet
Mm,
the bulk of the grace is actually in this rahim. It comes in the walking, it comes in the stretching, it comes in the things that don't make sense to the mind,
yeah.
because the mind is the place where the ego goes. That's where the logic goes. That's where we box Allah in. That's where we limit.
Mm,
And so, and yet if he is only good and always good, then there's an invitation in that journey.
mm,
And I think about this thing about vibration. And as I was thinking about, well, the journey is the important thing, right? If we
yeah.
hear this all the time, or I do in the West, it's not about the end, because I just want to know the final thing. Tell me the
Mm,
answer. You know, you have this thing when we're in Genesis and Iblis falls and he forgot. Well, if I knew the right answer, I wouldn't have forgotten, this sort of thing. And that's
yeah.
not it. It's not about that, you know, something is wrong because you don't know what you're supposed to know. It has nothing to do with that. It is about two things that are learning to be in sync with each other, to vibrate together. And
Wow.
um, I know for sound, if you have two different frequencies that are going back and forth, you need the vibrations in between. You need the time together. That's why we need to journey with him, so that he
Mm,
can calibrate us and vibrate with us, and we can learn to
it's
flow and
beautiful.
become together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And how do we do that? Like, why do we do that? Well, Adam's forgetfulness enabled him to spend so much time with Allah, you know, so much time. Why does it say, like, if you don't know how to read Quran, if you struggle with this, if you forget, if you don't know that there's extra
Yes.
reward? What does it mean? Because you spend
Mm,
more time with Allah in your I don't understand. I think that's why there's so much grace in and so much gifting in this world when things are hard. And I think that is some of the treasure in the Bismillah, in the surrender, in the helping,
beautiful. I like
you
the
know,
vibrate. Yeah. Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
inadequacy somehow.
So we see things on a different point of view as we think, because we always complain about things that, oh, I don't have this, yeah? I'm lack of this, I'm not enough. Yeah? While every second, every moment, we are in perfection. It means that we need to vibrate to get in sync with Allah, because what He gives is the ultimate goodness. But we cannot see that. I mean, it requires this vibrating. It's like to get sync with whatever Allah destined to us from moment to moment. But why is it not easy though?
I actually think that Allah is so patient, and He is so, like, we talk about adab, the adab that Allah has with us. He's not going, you know, most of us, he will just like sit back and He's so polite.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And I think it's beautiful. It's why you and I were talking earlier, and I was saying that, I don't think we can become humble enough. The more I learn, I cannot become gracious enough to match what he is and what he does. Yeah, it's okay that it's not easy. It's part of the ego, the Pharaoh in us that that the nafs in us, the all the things kick and scream, and it's huge. It's so big. We cannot possibly do that. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be an epic story, right? You
I
cannot.
guess.
If you look at
And
the
my
odds.
question, right, was why is it not easy? There's also like the element of hawa nafs, that because hawa nafs tend to like, I wanted something easy. I don't want, you know, I don't want to go through 1 million kilometers of journey if I can, ride with a plane in 30 minutes. I want something easy, which is like you cannot grow anything in easiness. I mean, it's so unnatural. I mean, look at the world. Look at how a seed grows, going through so much. And it's painful for the seed. First, you have to like um seedling in the heat, scorching sun to be able to extract all the water. Otherwise, yeah, you it won't grow. And then you have to put in a depth of the darkness inside the soil of the earth. That's also probably scary for a seed until it finally grows.
I don't know for a human child. You're the medical doctor, but I know for an animal, like you're going to birth a bird, that they need the struggle to get out of the shell, to have the strength to then be what they need to be on the other side. And if they don't struggle, if you break them out, then usually they will die because they don't have the ability to be in that bigger space.
True, true, true. The same actually. They have to squeeze. You see the cranium, it's designed that way. So it's like if it's delivered per vaginum, yeah. Normally, oh, we have pediatrician here. She can explain yeah, Tefindi. Yeah, it has to go through squeezing, even for the baby. Uh, so yeah. So we learn about Bismillahirrahmanirrahim is more because this is the like requirements before we can be able to say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin rightfully. So again, to recap, some of you just recently joined us. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim is more than just saying it, words, but you have to really mean it. That we walk this walk with Allah, that we do this thing with Allah, with whatever Allah gives to us. And that realization, that is what the thing that Allah wants us to realize because we tend to forget. Yeah. Any question? I invite you to participate in a discussion session. Yes. And we have Alicia here. Apa kabar, Alicia? How are you? So did you follow our talk today about Bismillahirrahmanirrahim?
Assalamualaikum. Yes, I did.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes. Yeah. What do you think about it?
Um, Wait, let me think. Can you ask like a specific question?
Our topic of
Yeah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Uh, I think it's first of all very beautiful, like including Allah in everything that we do, in every part of our journey. I feel like we often forget to say it as well. So most of the time, like sometimes before I eat, I usually just eat and I forget, oh, I should be like show gratitude to Allah
Yes.
for being able to eat this food and just like everyday things. So I think it's like a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah, isn't it? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And we're not just eating food, that's the thing. We read book, that's also like feeding our mind. Say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Even the Prophet Muhammad SAW said, do Bismillahirrahmanirrahim before you have intimacy, for example. So anything like you wear a clothes, put a socks on you on or whatever it is before you start washing the dishes, before you start working on your laptop before we start your online class. Yeah, for your mom before she started to examine a patient, whatever it is. So it's just there's nothing, there's no one thing in life that is not being with Allah. And I think this opened up the path of gratitude, because after that you'll be able to say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.
Yes, I think I wanted to mention that as well, the gratitude, how it linked to our previous discussion, because
Yes.
saying, like, doing things in the name of Allah is showing gratitude, like being mindful and showing appreciation that this what we're doing is possible because of Allah. I think it's like also links to gratitude, and it's super beautiful.
Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, because also it's freed us from any, like, you're not being boastful or pride because you don't link yourself to whatever. It's from Allah. You don't claim it to be yours, to be mine, because it's nothing comes from me. I'm not even exist. Yes, it's wonderful to see how it relates to gratitude, isn't it? Yeah. Ashley, I think you have something to do with what Ibn Arabi said about Bismillah. It's also nice to highlight.
What did we say about the discussion yesterday, earlier, that we were having about this from the place of Ibn Arabi, had to do with the name itself. And actually, as we were talking, I was thinking about this with food, and why do you say Bismillah when you get in your car, and why do you and do all of this? Yes, it's about being thankful, but and it also is about putting everything within the name of Allah. I mean, it already is, but we're the ones that have separated it. We're the ones that have veiled. This Bismillah, Ibn Arabi says it's a four letter instead of a three. So we're looking at the grammar of it, and this thing about building a house, building a structure, building a Kaaba.
Wow.
A place for Allah where everything is in there and it's safe and it is under His dominion. So it's already His, and yet we're giving it back to Him. So this food that I'm eating, I'm giving it back to you. And what does it do? It makes it holy again. It makes it, it doesn't matter what has handled it. It's taking it back into its perfection, into its original light.
Wow, that's profound. The house, Baitullah. It has to do with the qalb, like building up our heart. The Baitullah. We talk about mosque as well. It's supposed to be Baitullah. It's a place for Allah. That's why the design of mosque is empty. We don't have any furniture in the mosque. We don't have any ornaments and everything. It's just empty. Like our heart is supposed to be empty just for Allah. But what it did do for us, actually, because we know Allah is the one. He doesn't need any recognition from us. Doesn't matter, right? I mean, even the whole humanity doesn't say thank you. It doesn't regress. I mean, for us, it's what this gratitude and having to involving Allah in every single step of we do. What does it do for us? What do you think? Anyone?
It is our
Yeah.
experience of Him.
Yeah. The experience of Him. What's the difference? Like having Him, to feel Him and not feeling Him when we do things.
Well, Ibn Arabi says that the that the imam for the Quran in us and in creation is the Fatiha, and that the heart is the imam for us. For this is the place of Allah, the place where He enters. What does it mean to be thankful? It means to honor it and put it in its place and make it holy. And yet it's all for us, really, because Allah is there anyway. You're right. He's beyond all this creation. Even the creation it all goes poof. He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Beyond all
Yes.
of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And yet, what pain would it be if we missed it all? If we missed feeling Him and knowing Him and what has been put in us as a treasure.
The pain, regret. It's a genuine answer, by the way. I'm not testing anybody here. This is like contemplation, like why? And because it reminds me of the hadith. There's a story one day when Prophet Muhammad SAW, he prays so long for hours and hours and hours. And his wives ask him, why you pray so long? It says until his feet got swollen. Yeah. Definitely medically, how many hours does it take to make your feet swollen? I mean, I don't know. I've searched and there's no reference to get. What, 6 hours? I mean, there's probably a day, a time between Isha and Subuh, whatever it is. And the answer that he gave is amazing. It's like, can I not be the one who is grateful? So gratitude, apparently, like it infused him to become, to sacrifice, to whatever, to love Allah. I mean, he's the ultimate, the closest person to Allah Ta'ala. And this is what he did. And see how he loves humanity, how he responds to his worst enemy, and how people came to Islam in the beginning, not by fear, definitely, but by his akhlaq, the way he responds to things. Like this is so beautiful. I want to become Muslim if this is so something like that. So anyway, I want to invite you to reflect more. Let's share your contemplation here. Oh, we have Meta here. Assalamualaikum, Mbak Meta. Finally, you can join us. I thought, wait a minute, you're on duty, no? Today?
Hari ini today I'm working from home actually. So
wow, okay,
I have a little bit
alhamdulillah.
of chance to finally join after. Yeah.
So what, any thoughts of our topics today?
Yeah, I think it's to begin with, we can say that probably it's not only Islam who has like the similar sentence of like a sentence that that people used to begin something with, like for example, in the name of God, yeah, something like that. But then what is so special about Bismillah is because then to me personally, starting from the very most probably I'm not saying it's simple, but probably the most easy way to understand the effect is that, like, when we are saying it, we can feel, at least for whatever that we're going to start to do with, we are reminded about this called YNWA. You never walk alone. I think it's popular among young generation right now. But that's like the most, at least the most basic effect, till the you name it, like un not unlimited, but like even like the most glorious effect that it could give to us when we are saying it. Like, for example, to me personally also, when I'm saying the sentence before doing something or taking a decision, whether it's the most simple decision or like even like the most impactful decision of my life, then I know that whatever that comes after this decision, I know that um God will take care of it.
For sure.
I know that it will be, whatever that comes after, it's also under God's allowance. And even if there will always be the possibility of catastrophic impact of every human decision, of course, because we're so weak and full of limitations. But even in the most catastrophic probability, I kind of know that by the time I say Bismillah, okay, let's do this, or like, okay, let's do this, let's take this decision, let's move forward, or let's find a way to, I don't know, solve something, let's change, let's I know that, yeah, even if there might be possibility of something doesn't go right, he will take care of it. Like, eventually we'll be fine.
Absolutely. Yeah. But what did we miss? There's the pain that Ashley said about it. If we're not involving Allah in that process, then we're surely going to miss something.
Yeah.
That's exactly my question. And what did it do to us? Why? It has to come deep impact on us if not only just saying Bismillah, Bismillah Rahman, but it's like with such realization that I am doing this with Allah. Yeah. And then to Allah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also as a reminder that I'm just a merely human.
Yeah.
That whatever that, well, as I told you before, whatever that comes after our action or decision, that could be either good or bad result. And either way, that will always remind me that the result is not because of me. Even if it's a success, it's not because of my ability, my whatever is that, but it's because Allah allows us.
Yes, it's interesting you mentioned bad and good decision many times. I count 3 so far. There's got to be something there.
Well, because it's I found that every day is to me, every day is for a human, it's always been a challenge to take decision from the most simple to like the biggest decision. And
yes,
I've been finding it as a journey of finding God through those daily journey of taking decision, whether to what extent that I can always try to involve God in taking decision. And I'm not saying that I can always do that, but I'm saying that it's a constant, also it's a constant journey for us as merely
That's
human,
good.
that
I mean,
sometimes we
I think if you see this as a constant journey, it makes you keep like you keep open up because you learn in every single step. Yeah. It reminds me, Meta, to another verse in the Quran. What is good and bad, actually, like philosophically? Because when Allah Ta'ala said this, what you perceive as goodness, it's probably bad things in front of Allah. And what you perceive as bad things, probably good things. So you don't know anything, he said. Allah is the most known. He's the all-known, the only one who knows about anything. So what is knowing bad and good? For us, this separation is bad, probably. But Allah said, this is good for your soul.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so we learn in many levels to just surrender in the end. That's why this religion called Islam, it means surrender. And it's beautifully also it's beautiful to see Islam, the same word aslama also means peaceful. I think because only from surrender you can gain the true peaceful in life. Otherwise you keep fighting. You keep fighting and fighting and fighting. And we'll never be strong enough. So in the word Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, we learn the name of Allah, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. It talks about two different, it talks about duality. Ar-Rahman is like, it's like the breathing. You exhale, that is Ar-Rahman. So when Allah Ta'ala blows Adam, the clay, the body of Adam, and he put the nafas Ar-Rahman, he blows Ar-Rahman. In life, you get so many things. This is part of Rasulullah said there are 100 part of his rahmat. The one part is given to all humanity, to all beings, to all. And the 99, he hold it only for a specific person. And those person whose people is being drawn by the name of Ar-Rahim. So Ar-Rahman is the breathing out. Ar-Rahim is the breathing in. And also in life, there are sometimes relaxation, sometimes a construction, sometimes the openings, sometimes the closeness. And that is just a part of life. When we remember all those situations come from Allah and be okay with it, smile at it, we actually just understand the meaning of Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah, Ashley, you want to say something about it?
I'm also learning about this state of unknowing that, in school you're taught you don't know. It's a bad thing. You need to know the right answer, right? And we seek to know, and yes, we're seeking knowledge, but to yet seek and remain in this place of unknowing is the very, very high station, actually. It's very profound.
But yet
Thank
we
you
have
for
to
saying
learn.
that.
Yeah, we have to learn because this like the akal of body, it needs to learn. It needs to name things. Like this is apple. That's and then with suluk, we journeying because we need to go to reach the akal of our soul. In that realm, there's no names for things. They're just like plain nothing. It's just us and Allah. Beyond that, you cannot name things. That's it. That is when Allah said, you named this thing bad, but Allah, this is good. So how do you? So there's again, you mentioned about vibration. So whatever it is, the notion of truth, we have to let it go. That could be our illah. Yeah? That says we cannot. Every moment we are in a constant renewal. That Allah wants to teach us who am I? He said, this is me today. This is me this second. Yeah, but last month it was about that was last month. Is that? That was last month. It's already expired. This is me today. I want to tell you this is who I am. Is it? So we work, we walk, we flow, we swim, and it's like moment to moment. That's also the other meaning of Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, because we flow, we work with this flow, not our flow. It's never be our flow. It's his flow. Alhamdulillah. Anyone else? Siapa ini? Oh, Jasmine in Australia. Oh, Mbak Rina in Paris. Welcome. My answer is also here. Teh Yen. Yeah, Mbak Nina. Anyone wants to say anything? Wants to share anything? Boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia juga. Nanti saya translate. Yes. Ya.
Assalamualaikum, Mbak.
Halo, waalaikumsalam. Bonjour.
Ibu Rina.
Bu Rina di Paris?
Iya.
Iya. Alhamdulillah. Kita kemarin ketemu nggak?
Iya. Happy to meet you again here first.
Yeah, we met in Paris. Oh, wonderful.
Yes. But
Always
always
longing to go back.
by
Inshallah.
never by Zoom, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, I just need to tell you, for me now, especially now, in my, I don't want to tell you a lot, but I am in the not good situation. I am at doctor treatment. I can feel very, very strong every time when we say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Oh, mashallah. Yeah. It
Yeah,
gives you power.
Every this word is give the big power for me, for everything in my situation now. Before is not really before. If I want to drink or something like this, sometimes I forgot to say this word.
Bismillah.
But now I can feel the power. This word. I cannot explain it more because honestly, I sing about this all the Allah words lately. Before not really. Yes, I know. I like reading a lot of thing about Islam, Sirah Nabawiyah or something like this.
Mashallah. Yeah.
Not the main word in the Islam. And also, Alhamdulillah, these two words, it's I don't know how to say, because of my situation. No, my situation now is not very very good or not, but I can feel it even in this situation. I still have something a good situation. Sometimes when people come here, or friends come to my house, or friends call me, I feel very, very, very good, very happy with these two words. So this is my opinion for now for this Allah words.
Wow. So you experience yourself. You have another meaning.
Yes, that's
and
true.
It's time exactly when Allah puts you in this situation, in this condition of your,
yes,
mashallah.
And yes, before, like most of the women were busy with the job, with the working. Even if I got before a good salary, we never say Alhamdulillah, or we start to working, to driving, we never say Bismillah. But Alhamdulillah, Allah give me how to say this, more understand the meaning of this word, that let's say that for me, to me, the Ahad one, the one who owner of this word. So this I'm agree.
So, Burina, in your testimony, you got all this understanding, more understand about this after you experience so many, like, yeah, the unfortunate event in life, you said.
Yes, that's true. No, I'm more how to say this? Often say Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Bismillah, Bismillah, everything,
Wow.
because I can feel it. The
Change. It changed
power,
you.
yes, the
Yeah.
power of
Yeah.
this word. Even I don't remember Surat Al-Baqarah or the other surat I still learn for ngaji, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't remember in my head. I'm not happy, something like that. I just remember short letter.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah. Mashallah.
this one
Alhamdulillah.
is really stronger, getting stronger in my heart than I use it every time.
Wow. Thank you for
Even
sharing.
sometime like if I am in the bus, I forgot to say
Yeah.
Bismillah to step my foot
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah.
set the bus. Oh, I forgot before to say Alhamdulillah or Bismillah, and
Uh,
I start again because I can feel it, the protection, the everything inside
wow.
this two words, the main words for me now.
It's interesting. The turning point is when Allah put you in such difficulties in life. In your testimony, hypothetically, if you weren't get through that all difficulties, can you still be able to learn all this? I mean,
Oh
like,
yes, much. I learned it a lot. I and I know when I said something like how to say the simple thing also, if I want to start taking shower or something, to go to the bathroom before we
mm,
say the dua for going inside bathroom, I always say Bismillah. And I remember in this bathroom, because my bathroom is small, they have everything there. What should I do in the bathroom and not take
mm,
long time?
mhm,
And when I go out of the bathroom, Alhamdulillah, because I'm not forget to wash, to this, to this, to this. And
wow,
for other thing is more like I don't know what to explain it, but everything is more going how to say this happen this just what like I want. I
mm,
mean, with this word, Allah agree with me and help me. Yes, do it. You already asking me to do this, something like that.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
That's
if yes, I for
powerful.
helping also, I always ask to Allah. I said Bismillah. I'm so sorry. Yesterday, like something I want to eat fish, but I cannot cook it. So I asked to my friend, can you cook me fish because I don't know how to cook this. And after that, I
Mm,
forgot. Oh, why did I ask Allah to put me more available to cook this kind of fish? So I said to Allah, I said, Bismillah, Allah, I'm so sorry. I asked my friend first than you, but something make communication with God with this Bismillah.
wonderful, wonderful.
Bismillah ya Allah, maaf saya I asked my friend first, then you. But as the human being, it's okay because of course I
Yes.
know God won't send me direct to my fish, fried fish. I'm still following the rule of the God. Yeah, between Muslim, we can ask for help, something like that. But yes, the first one we should say to Allah first and say Bismillah, Ya Allah.
Mm,
I need something between the human beings. So this one I need to ask my friend first. And if my friend cannot help me, so please tell me how to cook this fish, how to simple thing like this, you know. And after that, a
Yes.
few after it's coming to my head. Oh, to cook like this with this with this with this.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
it's true though.
Yes.
It's something like
Mm.
give me how to say this, like computer give me
Oh, wow. Now, next time,
income to my head.
next time we come to Paris, we're gonna taste your cooking. Yeah, especially
Ah,
with the
okay.
fish. Okay, that's the deal.
Actually, this is the food a la African food.
Allah, yeah,
I
teach you
this food
directly. This is how you cook
I
this.
cooked this food
Wow.
long time ago, but since I'm in Paris, I forgot because most of the time I prefer to eat Indonesian food. But
Wow.
before I don't have many Indonesian friends, so that's why I try to eat African food again.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Burina,
this
for
is all
sharing.
my opinion for this
Wonderful.
words. For
Yeah.
me, it's meaning a lot. Meaning
Alhamdulillah. Thank you. I
Alhamdulillah.
can feel the light. This is light. Yeah, this is light. What when we infuse as much as Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, we infuse light. Because whenever we walk with Allah, because Allah, yeah, Surah An-Nur, verse 35. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu nurus samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of all the heavens and earth. Everything is actually. And know that we are living in the darkness of the mulk. This realm is the darkness. That's why we need this vehicle for our soul. Our soul is light. It comes from light. But in this world, we have to drive in this darkness. And then the Khalifa on earth, our job is to be Khalifa on earth, is to infuse, to distill, to spread the light. That's it. Because if Allah Himself, as the source of light, appears in this world, it would go, poof, it's too powerful. That's what happened when Moses asked, I want to see you. If you can see that mountain still stood still on my presence, then you can see me. And what happened was, it was like the angels came from the heaven, the second heaven, and the mountains already trembled. Too powerful. The intensity of his light as a source of light is too powerful. That's why we work together. So we have to be Khalifa on earth to spread that light. The thing is, we have to have light in order to spread that light. And where is that light come from? It's in our qalb. That's why Bismillah is about building the qalb, the house. The house has to be built. The qalb has to be alive. How? With the light. And everyone has been born as a human being. The baby is born with that light. The light like a full moon. But then we forgot.
Yes, that's true.
And
Can
what
I give you
Rasulullah said, yeah?
one more? Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
You know, since I able to say Bismillah, Alhamdulillah everywhere I am, even in the bus when I want to go out of the bus, I say Alhamdulillah, and some people they watching me and smile, and it is true. This two word Bismillah, Alhamdulillah is like you say, is I said these two words is just yes to spare the good thing because I understand after the sometimes I'm thinking why they smile if they are happy or not, but I was thinking that's true. um but most of them they are smile if sometimes they're watching me like that, but me I smile to them after saying Bismillah Alhamdulillah, because I know the non-Muslim they don't read the Al-Quran, they don't read the Hadith, so they don't understand, so we must show it to them with our act or our words whenever we are. So that's true. I feel this like Khalifa to share this word to
Ah,
everybody.
yes. Alhamdulillah. We learned a lot. Thank
you,
you, Bu
ya.
Rina. Thank you, sama-sama Bu. Alhamdulillah. So yes, this is the journey from darkness. Mina zulumati ila nur. That's what the Quran said. This is the journey from the darkness, zulumat, to nur, to the light. Every single second is actually the unveiling of that. When we feel suffocated in life, that's darkness. We doubt, we fear, depressed, that's darkness. It's only light that can cast away the element of darkness. So call in Allah, the source of light, as much as you can. Bismillah in every single thing. Involve Him in every single decision. One of Sufis said, even if you pour salt in your food, Bismillah, ask Him, how many? Which socks do I have to wear today? What do you think? This green one or blue one? Just ask Him. Ask Him a lot. And that's infused light in our heart. And that's what makes our heart alive. That's what makes our journey more meaningful. Don't we need meaning in life? And that's the conclude for today's session about Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We will continue in 2 weeks with Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen as the next stage of Al-Fatiha. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thank you so much. Ashley, you want to say something before we no? You gonna sleep, huh? It's good. She's gonna fly to Amsterdam. Yes. So, inshallah. Thank you, everyone. I hope you found this session meaningful for you. Kita tutup ya sama-sama. Let's close with doa akhir majlis. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntum minaz zalimin. Amin. Thank you and see you in 2 weeks inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Bye.
wabarakatuh.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tessa.